So in this video, I'm going to install and configure Serverless. And the overview of this demonstration saying, while server administrator work primarily with servers, they also manage various other types of computing equipment that make up the network. This includes PCs, mobiles, tablet computers, and network appliances like routers and switches. Those devices will need an IP information such as IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS server to connect to the network successfully. The instruction that I'm going to follow is that since I've created the Promised Land domain already, I will need to install the Serverless and configure them in Promised Land environment. In doing so, I'll go to Tools, so in Tools, I'm going to create a scope. I'll go on IPv4 since it's the one that I'm working on. I would say new scope. What you do there, you right click on the mouse and it will bring you that. Next. So I'm gonna name it Promised Land. Promised Land. Then I'll click next. Here now it's asking, I have to define the scope range where the IP addresses will start from and where it will end. So the IP address that I'm using is network C. I'm gonna type 192.168.0. 1, 2, 192.168.0, 254. 254. So this is the last address in this network. And I'm gonna use, of course, 24 lane. And this is a subnet mask that I'm going to use, 225, 225, 225, 0. And I'm going to click next. Here it's asking for the exclusion, the IP address exclusion that will be distributed, okay? So these are the IP address range that I don't want to be given out. So the IP address that I don't want to be given out is from 192.168.0 1, then 192.168.0 21. So this simply means when devices are connected to this DHCP server, this address ranges from 1 to 21 won't be given out. Okay, but will be excluded from those IP addresses that will be given. Then I'll say add. I'll put here 5 in delay, subnet delay in milliseconds. 5. Then I'll click next. And now here it's asking for how many days that can be like the list of the IP address should happen. And this simply means like when a device is connected to the DHCP, when will it receive the new IP address, or should I say IP address renewal? So in this case, the default it's saying it's 8 days, but I'm going to put it to 10 days. Because if you put many days, you'll find that will reduce the network traffic. Okay, so 10 days will be enough. After 10 days, it simply means the IP address will be renewed. I'll click next. Here now it's asking that you have configured most common DHCP option. When client obtain IP address, a given DHCP option, such as IP addresses of routers default DNS gateway. Okay, this setting you select here out of the scope and override setting configured in the server option folder for this server. Do you want to configure the DHCP option scope now? So this one, I'll say yes, I want to configure them right now. So now here, what it's asking for is a default gateway. Let's say if the traffic is being sent not to the IP address that is in this subnet, you want to go maybe out of your network, it should have a gateway where that traffic should be sent or data. So now the gateway is the one that it's asking for here to add the IP address for a router used by client, enter the address, and this is what we are going to do. So the default gateway is 192.168.0.1, and I'll say add. Then I'll click next. Here it's asking now for DNS server, domain name. The domain name maps the translate domain names used by client. You can specify a parent you want client computers on your network to use for DNS resolution. Parent, of course, it's promised land. To configure the scope client to use DNS server on your network, enter the IP address for those servers. So this DNS server that will enter, I'll put DNS server 1, 1, 1, 1. I'll say add. What does that just happen? Then I'll put this one is for Google 8888. The other one I'll put is 42. Sorry, 4, 2, 2, 4. Come on. Then next. Just say next. Now it's asking, do I want to yellow? Yellow kamba chan. Wino inokubuka. Ninkumona yo ninkumona. Okay, ku laptop unokubuka password. Namkwata ma bundles. Okay, let me call you now. If nobody paripe ka assignment next. So pandele koda ka video. Sorry about that. Phone call. So we activate this scope. Okay. So let's check something. Okay, so these are the IP address that we were entering. There. And what else that we have to do? Oh, so that's it about the DHCP deployment. Okay, so everything, let's check if it's successful, if it has been let's see. This very promised land. Address pool. So here it's showing what has been excluded. Here, 192 or 190, 192.168.01 to 192.168.021. These have been excluded. Okay. So the IP address, the one that can be assigned, they are starting from 21 going to 254. So that's it about deploying the DHCP server role. Okay. Thank you for watching.